Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. To say that the attention of the watch enthusiast is pulled constantly on every side, almost on a daily basis, would be a slight understatement. There are lots of new watch releases outside of the big watch shows, and just wanted to go over a few of them that just came down this week, starting, of course, with Omega, with new dial variations for the Seamaster Diver 300M. The black one here had been teased, of course, by poster boy Daniel Craig. So it's the black version of the 60th anniversary, if you will. It's also a format with the mesh bracelet that had been kicked off with the titanium No Time to Die. So I'm gonna have to dub this one No Dime to Buy, because I already have both the blue version with those small waves. So here what we have is aluminum bezel, not ceramic, so you pay more. Just kidding. And aluminum dial with the thinner waves. Yeah, in black, just a new color. I don't think they make too much fuss about it. It's just a new color, and you would think black on black would have been released long ago. Well, they had the black on black, but it was the one with the ceramic dial. Now we have the other one, the other dial. Anyway, it's not a big deal. Pricing is just under 6,000 US. So my pricing here is in Hong Kong dollar, 51,300. And this one is steel on steel. It's not a reference to robot interaction. Steel on steel. So this one is in black. It had been teased, yes, by Daniel Craig, who teased another one, a burgundy color with a sort of a bronze gold mesh and case this week. So it's getting very confusing. So when Omega releases something new, basically it's done through Daniel Craig, that creates the buzz, and then a few weeks later or a few months later you get the actual watch. So we already know what's going to come afterwards, which is confusing. To come back to my first point in this video, is that well, we just saw Daniel Craig teasing another one, and if that one is exciting to you, why would you buy this one, which was exciting to you a little bit before? And maybe you got excited by my video about the blue one, the James Bond one. Are they all James Bond watches, or are they just Seamaster 300Ms? I'm confused. So there you go, you have this. And then the other one, which is I think more interesting, has a brushed steel dial. Oop, did I miss? Let's try again. Get back to it. This one. Steel on steel. Now, the last time I enjoyed that type of brushed steel dial is when I saw it on the Panerai PAM 00977. And if you don't know what that is, let me Google it for you. 00977. They should have called it 007. That would have been a funny coincidence. And there you go. This is it. And it is my favorite PAM. It's a bit niche, probably not the PAM that most people would care for. Let's take the monochrome watches picture. It's always the best one, usually. So there were two sizes, 44 and 42. 42 was my favorite, but with a very cool bracelet that echoes the shape of the Luminor case. I did actually try it on at the shop, and the price I thought was a bit too high, but it's actually a similar price to where Omega prices their watch. And I think this one is a bit better realized. Let's compare to the Seamaster. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, and I think the letdown on this watch is going to be the bezel. That's going to keep a lot of buyers away from it. I like the raised indices, but they won't be loomed, so you're losing that compared to the blue version, the James Bond 60th anniversary that has the nice moire animation at the back. I think this bezel, we have to see it in person. Maybe it doesn't look as shiny in person. If it's a bit too shiny, it will keep people away probably. But maybe it will feel more matte. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this type of dial, but I've always kept in my head, in my mind, this PAM. And I don't have a PAM, but I already have a Seamaster. So my choice would be for one of these on a second-hand market, probably something you can get around the $4,000 rather than the retail of 8,000, something like that, 8 or 9. Yeah, expensive retail prices. And yeah, speaking of the release cycle, I'm sure many of you were still at the phase where you are wondering if you should maybe sell one of your 6 or 7 Speedmaster to get this one, right? The first Omega in space, the new version of it that does run the same caliber as probably 2 or 3 of your Speedies already, and yet, as you were thinking that, here is another Seamaster. So it's a bit much, I think, for the enthusiast of the brand, the guys like me and my buddy Simon and Josh, who like to go see all these watches. Well, it's every other week, it seems your salesperson will ask you if you're interested in this, in that, and you don't even have time to enjoy what you have. In my case, I'm trying to enjoy a lot my 321, Ed White, and the white dial, of course, the white dial Speedy. And the James Bond, which I got not that long ago. So, yeah, this is just another option, right? People coming into the shop. But the menu is getting really impressive. It's like those breakfast restaurants where there's just so much to choose from that it just stops you from being able to choose. And that's the success of the Rolex way of doing things. Less on the menu. And they keep on promoting the watch later on, 3-5 years later after release. They still will make a beautiful video about the one model that they released that people want from 5 years ago. Omega has a different approach. It's always a new one, which I don't think it's going to play in their favor in a market that is getting more difficult. But at the same time, I don't know how many of these they release, so they might do these for a while and discontinue other colors, which is totally fine and a different approach. Let's move on. Maybe remove this Panerai from our screen, and why not talk about a very high-end, very expensive limited edition, but not so limited. 250 pieces Royal Oak concept tourbillon companion, and with a funny cartoonish character on the dial. Of course, you will sadly probably dreadfully remember the Spider-Man and the purple whatever Marvel character that we saw in the previous couple of years on one of these futuristic big huge watches, 17 millimeter of height, 43 millimeter of diameter. I don't know where you will calculate the diameter, so these are big modern watches. And I suppose the concept here is to make you talk about something else than no, it is called a Royal Oak. It is a Royal Oak. Oh my god. I would have called it the concept, not call it the Royal Oak concept, because it doesn't really look like a Royal Oak. Well, sort of. But yeah, no, it is a royal oak. I thought the concept was to talk about something else than the 15202 or the 16202. Never mind me. Tourbillon. So this watch, I hate it personally on many different levels, but I have to applaud Audemars Piguet to really do a 250 pieces. The price is on request. I'm guessing it's going to be close to $250,000. I have never heard of Companion. I'm guessing it is a little cartoon character by Coase. It's an artist, and that hasn't crossed over to me. I thought I'm quite often on Instagram. Maybe I've seen it, and it was so uninteresting that it didn't catch my personal eye. But yeah, probably a $200,000, $250,000 watch. 250 of them. That means 250 people in the world exist for this watch that are ready to pay such amount for a little cartoon from I'm guessing niche artist, and I'm guessing whatever he makes sells for more than $250,000. Otherwise, why would you buy a watch that's more expensive than his art? Yeah, the dimensions of the watch are ridiculous. 43 by 17. It will be light. It's in titanium. Yeah, obviously very well made, but absolutely not my taste at all. I'm amazed that someone will pay for this very niche type of character from some artist I've never heard of. But maybe if you are going to buy one of these, please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'd love to review it, of course, in the metal. By the way, it only tells very poorly at that. That's the other thing about it. The hour and the minute, in a way that I've seen on many $1,000 Chinese watches. And I guess you can guess the seconds looking at the tourbillon in some way. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the kind of watch that's going to make people talk about AP in a different way than being the Royal Oak company. Now, something caught my eye today. The new watch by Serica. Serica, all their calibers are chronometer grade, which means they run worse than basic Rolex watches. Minus 4+6 is the chronometer grade, COSC. But yeah, those are so proud calibers. But more important than that is the look, obviously. The look of the watch, really catching, and great colors, textures. And yeah, it feels that we are back in the 80s or maybe the 60s or 70s with this kind of watch. It looks like well proportioned on this wrist, a bit on the small side of size. It is the reference 1174. Has a Patek sound to it. The meaning of it is that it has a ratio of 1 to 1.74, and it has a nickname called Parade. Yeah, very lovely. Again, it only tells the hour and the minute, so it's very, very super basic in its function, and very nice. The pricing, I think, is friendly. There's a black version, and they are just under 1,500 euros, which I think for most watch aficionados who would look at this is something reasonable. So you get a good timekeeper, and yeah, if you like Cartier, if you've liked the Berneron watch, Berneron, new brand, new watch that won a prize for its audacity at the GPHG, the sort of awards of watchmaking, but you want something a bit more affordable, the Berneron is 70,000 euros, and you have to call the guy and beg him to buy his watch, his very first watch. That's something. Imagine 15 years ago, somebody saying, "Oh, my first watch is going to be 70,000. You've never heard of me, and you're going to have to beg me to buy it." In 2024, that is possible, and it will be rewarded at the GPHG. But yeah, for $1,490, you can get a Serica I like the brass dial, of course. The black is maybe you should buy the black as well for a black tie event, or maybe you should not wear watch at the black tie event. So there you go, some nice pictures. It's quite cool, and I'm guessing again there will be a Chinese equivalent for $14.90. But yeah, very lovely. So I wanted to show this to you. They don't have great pictures actually. I'd like something a bit more. Again, monochrome watches will have the best pictures. 1174 monochrome. They will have the best pictures. Look at this. Love these guys. The composition here is just excellent. So you can read more about this watch. And if I was to play the a block to watch weekly game, hit maybe or hit miss or maybe, I would say this is a hit. Not gonna go as far as buying one, but yeah, it is in the zeitgeist of our time. The return to those shapes, and yeah, it doesn't hurt. And I like this picture. You can really get all the beautiful finishing details, the shape, the little variations. It's a lovely piece, a lovely time-only timepiece. And it reminded me actually of something even better priced if you like unusual shapes, very 70s, 60s, like this Morals with sort of a TV shape, and the time pushed to the right side. Maybe easier to see on a cuff. And this one is not brand new release. This one's from a few months ago. But since we're talking shapes, I thought it would be nice to mention it in this video. I have no affiliation to the brands. I'm not even sure if you pronounce it Moels or Moels with the double dot on the O, maybe Moels. There's a pink one, of course. And yeah, quite a unisex type of watch. Inside you have a Serica, so the watch won't cost a fortune, and I don't know if I would display it on the back, but it has a bit of a nice rotor, and this is how it is built. In case you want to have one done in Shenzhen, China, for third of the price. I'm joking, of course. Is there the price? I think it's around 800 euro or something. Well, you'll find out for yourself. One more release I thought would be nice to discuss is my favorite, well, one of my two favorite models by Nomos, the Zurich. That's their worldtimer. This one is in collaboration with Revolution. Nice magazine. They often have some really in-depth articles, and well, you know, Waco has been he's always very enthusiastic about everything. So here we have again a trendy color, I suppose, and this one, Waco being from Singapore, replaces the Hong Kong location by Singapore, which is maybe better than Beijing. There you go, pink and a luscious type of red. I'm not sure why they chose those colors. It's not my favorite. I've seen nicer color on the Nomos. I think there was a nice limited edition with was it with monochrome watches or Fratello watches? I don't remember, but anyway, still a very interesting worldtimer. Does the job a bit differently than others. And that's not the date wheel. That's the GMT wheel. Kind of cool. Let's see what that will set you back. The case is quite nice, actually. I like the lugs on this one. Sometimes the lugs are a bit of a letdown with some Nomos. It's quite nice, beautiful architecture of the movement. I really like those bridges here. So 6,100 US dollar. So yeah, you're a bit in the range of. Yeah, you are totally in the same range as this new Omega release. So if you're not really a diver, this would be it. If you're a diver, I guess you would probably buy Tudor Black Bay. I'm joking. There you go, guys. Let me know a bit what you think about these new releases. Did Omega do the brushed stainless steel dial better than Panerai did on the PAM 00977? Is this bezel the right choice? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.